This snippet is creating cascading style sheets in Expression Web 2. I'm Matthew Hendershot, presenting from Zoom In Online for Microsoft. Current best practices and web standards lean heavily towards the separation of content and presentation paradigm. It's a fairly simple principle that you can realize numerous benefits from, including faster page loads, better search engine relevance, better alternative device rendering for mobile, screen reader, and similar programs, and easier long-term maintenance. Expression Web 2 provides some easy-to-use tools which make using CSS and valid XHTML painless, and, as an added benefit, they are also good learning tools as well. First, open Expression Web 2 and go to File, New, Website. Select Organization 1 from the left template pane. All templates that shipped with Microsoft Expression Web 2 contain table-free CSS. At the bottom of the New Website dialog, you will see the Location field. Accept the default location that appears in the Location field, or click the Browse button, which opens up the New Website Location dialog. Browse to the folder you wish to create your new site within and click Open, which will return you to the New Website dialog with your newly selected location shown in the Location field. It is important to have well-segregated sites in order to ease the finding, publishing, and maintenance process. After defining the location, click OK. Expression Web 2 creates and opens a new website. In the Folders List pane, double-click the default.html to open it for editing in your workspace. If you're not in split view, click the Split button in the lower left of your workspace. As you move your cursor over the various page elements in the Design pane, you'll notice that only two areas in the center of the page produce an insertion point. Looking at the Code pane, you'll see a lot of code that has a yellow background. This is the result of using a dynamic web template. Elements that are not marked as editable regions are not editable in the pages that the template is attached to. Since this site is controlled by a dynamic web template, double-click the master.dwt file in the Folders List pane to open it for editing in your workspace. As you can see in the Code pane, this DWT is linked to style1.css located in the Styles folder, which means that every page that this DWT is attached to will also be linked to that style sheet. Each of the website templates that Expression Web 2 ships with is accompanied with 3 additional style sheets for unique starting points. To change the style sheet, click Format, CSS Styles, and then click Manage Style Sheet Links. Click the entry styles/style1.css and then click Remove. Click Add and browse to the Styles folder and select style2.css. Click OK to close the Link Style Sheet dialog and set your change. Notice that the page in your Design pane looks very different, and the only thing that's changed in the Code pane is the Style Sheet link. Click the Save button on your common toolbar to save the change you made to the master.dwt file. In the Update Attachment Pages dialog, click Yes so that Expression Web 2 updates all the linked pages. At the top of your workspace, click the tab marked Default.html to return to the first page you opened. Because it was open when you saved your changes to the dynamic web template, click on the Save button to save the changes to the dynamic web template applied to this page as well. By simply changing a style sheet, you can apply radical changes to the presentation of a web page, but it is amplified in usefulness when you consider that the same change to a style sheet link or to a style sheet's code will automatically be evident on dozens, hundreds, or even thousands of pages that are linked to it. In order to see how this page and the changes brought to it by the new style sheet will render in various browsers, click File, Preview in Browser, and then click Preview in Multiple Browsers. If you haven't set up multiple browsers in Expression Web 2, it's time to do so now. There are a great number of browsers currently available, but for most designers, the big 3 are Internet Explorer, Firefox, and Opera. In Expression Web 2, click File, point to Preview in Browser, and then click Edit Browser List. This will open the Edit Browser List dialog box. Click the Add button, which opens the Add Browser dialog. Type a name for the browser you're about to add, and then click the Browse button. By default, each of the previously mentioned browsers installs into the Program Files, Mozilla Firefox, or Opera folders, respectively. Browse to those respective folders and select the .exe files. Then click OK on the Add Browser dialog. In the Edit Browser List dialog, make sure that there's a check mark beside each browser you wish to use and click OK. The default .html file opens in the browsers contained in your list. Examine each browser's rendering of your page, and you'll notice that there is virtually no difference in how it looks regardless of the browser used. Return to Expression Web 2 and click the tab at the top of your workspace for master.dwt. We will repeat the prior process. Change our style sheet to style3.css and preview the files again. Notice how you've applied fundamental visual changes that render well across all browsers, and all you had to do was change a simple style sheet link. Thanks for watching. I'm Matthew Hendershot from Zoom In Online, presenting for Microsoft.